Cancer, very warm welcome. My name's Drew. This is Modern Tarot. This is your month of May reading, guys. Those of you that are new here, welcome. And those of you returning, welcome back. And to all my personal clients, I know you watch these videos. Big shout out to you guys. So let's have a look. Cancer, what's going to be happening for you in the month of May? So one more shuffle. We're going to go straight into this, guys. Let's have a look. That's about done. Ooh, looking good. All right, we've got the Magician here. All right, so it might be quite a powerful month where things are coming into manifestation. You might feel that, things are going in your favor. You have the skills and the tools to get what you want, all right, throughout the month, all right? So it's a good undercurrent to the reading. The center of the reading, however, is the Hangman, all right? You might feel, so, these are two opposite cards. They're both major arcana. So some of you might really want to get going and start manifesting the life of your dreams, or whatever you want to do, but you might feel a little bit stuck here. All right, card of Pisces right there, Piscean energy. So this could be self-isolation, by the way. Some of you might be isolating. All right, if used in the correct way, this is an amazing, very spiritual card. You're looking at different perspectives on situations, places, people, things in your life. All right, we're going to find out what this is all about. The challenge for you, King of Cups. Who's this? All right, this could be a fellow water sign or someone, they're quite mature. All right, they might like a drink, I'm just saying. Some of you, there might be stagnancy in your love life, Cancer, okay? It might be your love life in general, okay? It's almost like your love life might be stagnant. You might feel that it's stagnant. You want to manifest something, but it's stagnant, and you just want something mature and loving, and it's a challenge, okay, for you throughout the month of May. And the reason why it's all happening is the of Pentacles in reverse here. Some of you guys might feel stagnant in life because you're out of work or in between jobs, these kind of things, all right? And it's a real challenge for you to balance your emotional state during this time of looking for work and being out of work or in between jobs, in between contracts, these kind of things, all right? It's not a personal reading, guys. Remember, it's just for the general public. There's many scenarios that go down here. All right, so some of you might be dealing with someone, okay, that you had a lot of affection for, but it's gone stagnant because somebody really wasn't putting the work in, okay? They weren't working on it. We've got the Eight of Pentacles in reverse here. In the past, all right, there might have been a situation where you come out of no contact with somebody, okay? The Four of Swords in reverse. The Four of Swords can talk about missing in action, a time of reflection, actually, this card as well. There's three swords above the head, which can symbolize being hurt, and needing to take time out. There's a sword underneath this guy's bed, which is the sword of clarity. So I'm just wondering whether some of you, in the recent past, might have taken some time to really work out what it is you want and what am I doing, But it seems like somebody really wasn't putting work into it, and you might have had a lot of affection for this person, all right? Just saying, for some of you. Your focus, Cancer, the High Priestess in reverse. Now, the High Priestess talks about secrets, all right? Everything happens behind the veil. She sees a lot, this chick, all right? She knows a lot. She doesn't speak a lot. In reverse, I'm just wondering whether you're doubting your intuition, or you're focused on getting to the truth of the matter, secrets coming to light as to why someone wasn't putting the work in. All right, I'm going to clarify this reading, guys, so stick with me, all right? What you don't see coming, Cancer, this is good. Wheel of Fortune, destiny. This is luck on your side. This is good things happening to you, a good news cycle. It's coming, and you don't see it happening, all right, throughout the month of May. Your energetic field, all right, as again, look, we've got the Hangman. You've got a lot of major arcanas in this reading so far, Cancer, so it's a good reading, powerful reading for you guys. But, this is one of being reflective. Some of you might decide just to be quite homebody-ish throughout the month of May, just really enjoying your home, cooking, with the dogs, the cats, whatever, Netflix and chill with the Hermit card. If used correctly, it's a powerful card. If used in the wrong way, sitting at home playing Whitney Houston, I Will Always Love You, isn't really going to aid your healing. It might get you all cried out, but we can only live in that state for so long, Cancer, right? But your energetic field is quite reflective and might be very self-accountable. and expecting other people to be accountable too. All right. Outside influences, somebody didn't want to take a leap of faith. Okay, we've got the fool in reverse here. Somebody doesn't want to be foolish. Um, the fool in reverse, this is a lack of a new start. Okay, outside influence in this. Your fears. You're fearing to be guarded, Cancer. I think really what it is you feel a little bit stagnant throughout the month of May. You've got a lot of love to give here with the King of Cups. All right. But some of you might not have anything to put any work into and really nurture, the way Cancerians love to do it. And you're fearing that, you know what, do I really keep needing to guard myself in love when you've got so much love to give, right? Outcome, judgment, major life decisions, all right? This is you getting very decisive after a time of reflection, okay? And you're probably thinking, Drew, stuff being at home and stuff healing, stuff being stagnant and all these kind of things. But guys, it is an important part of your growth, all right? And you'll be very thankful once you come out the other side of it, when you turn the hermit in reverse, as your energetic field. This is you getting back out into the world with all that knowledge and one foot in the wisdom world, Cancer, all right? So let me clarify this now. Some of you might not feel that sociable throughout the month of May, all right? Because you're busy contemplating and you're wanting to manifest things, and you're probably getting clear and trying to get your intuition in check and go, what is it I truly want? I certainly don't want to be stuck and having so much affection for somebody that's not putting the work in, right? So why is the Hangman here as the center of this reading? Okay, look, for some of you guys, there's an ending. Two major arcanas, all right? A major ending for some of you. So we got, stagnancy and the end, okay? And that's the challenge. But some of you it might have something to do with the King of Cups, whoever that might mean for you. As I say, might like a drink, this guy, all right? But the King of Cups is the challenge. Why is that here? Okay, and then we got the Four of Wands in reverse here. This is like a lack of stability. So it can be a lack of emotional stability, a lack of moving in together, taking it to the next level with the Four of Wands here, even though you had a lot of affection for somebody, Or for some of you, this might just be, it's a challenge to get something stable in love, Okay, the reason why it's all happening is somebody wasn't putting the work in. Maybe you gave up on this, Cancer, because you realize, I want to get outside of my head and I just want to get rid of this anxiety, whatever this might be. It might have been that there was no stability. This person might have been unstable, emotionally. And you just want to, not put any more work into it, certainly not care give. I think your last reading was about you're not an emotional ATM, deposits only at this time. That was the last reading I did for you guys. And it was, I'm not putting work into things that just cause me anxiety, all right? Yeah, recent past, all right? Somebody might have come out of no contact here because they wanted to kind of like, let go of the drama or these kind of things, whatever that might mean. But I don't want to focus on your past, Cancer. It's a brand new month and we want some positive shit, right? So your focus is the High Priestess in reverse. Look at this. You're getting very clear. It's a focus of yours. So you're getting clear of, we've got the Moon in reverse, all right? This is the end of illusions, all right? And the High Priestess in reverse. They both talk about uncovering the truth, getting very clear. You've no time for wishy-washy deception. None of that, Cancer. It's a focus of yours. Because you realize that, if I give my heart to unstable, immature people, although they might be, men, children, they're just unstable and it just causes you anxiety and you just don't want to put the work in because you don't want to caretake. Does that make sense? You want to love, you don't want to caretake. There's a big difference, guys, right? What you don't see coming towards you is destiny is calling you, Cancer, and I'm telling you, your next relationship, once you let go of, characters like this that don't show up correctly for you, destiny calls, and it calls by you no longer working on situations like this, which detract from your emotional well-being and certainly your sanity with the Nine of Swords in reverse here. All right, you don't see this coming. You might switch up and go, you know what, stuff it. I'm starting to see clearly now. The rain has gone. Jimmy Cliff or whoever sang that song. Your energetic field is, yeah, look, all right, you might be homebodies. Some of you might be really looking at, where do I put my coin? Where do I offer my stability? Where do I offer my commitment to? Some of you might feel a little bit lonely, okay? There isn't a solid commitment there for you, just for some of you, all right? Like you've got nothing to build on. Outside influences, then we've got outside influences, right? Somebody didn't want to take a leap of faith, and yet they found you to be quite attractive. Or this could be you. You didn't trust the situation with the fool in reverse here, but you did find them quite attractive. They might have made you feel attractive, but they just weren't putting the work in, all right? Just for some of you, not a personal reading, guys. Remember, you're fearing to be guarded again. Yeah, it's like in your fears, some of you you might be a bit guarding and fearing commitments now. Just watch that, Cancer. That might keep you stuck. Paralysis by analysis. All right, remember that's come out for you before. Don't tar everybody with the same brush. There's some good people out there still. All right, they're hard to find, but they do exist. Yeah, you're fearing, especially if you commit, that you have to go back to being guarded because you care give. You love people, you nurture people, and you just end up being guarded within commitments, and it's almost like it's a fear of yours. So the outcome is, look at this. Yeah, the outcome for you, Cancer, making major decisions that you're not waiting around for anything that's less than. Certainly anything that's disingenuous or where there's secrets and you've got to spend your time uncovering secrets, because it's like the challenge is to get something emotionally stable. So you're making a decision now, all right, that I'm not waiting around for anything less than what I deserve. So, if we want a loving, caring connection, we've got to be that person, right? And so if we consider ourselves to be that person, and most Cancerians are, it's like, well, if I am that person, I want that back. Otherwise, it's just a one-way street and you become an ATM of care, which is going to leave your cup empty and feeling quite lonely in commitments and feeling guarded within commitments, Cancer. You know what I mean? So it's a month of you really looking at and making major life decisions. I'm not waiting around for anything less than, I'm actually being very wise, 1 foot in the wisdom well here. My energetic field is the Hermit. And I'm not putting in and really overcommitting to anything that leaves me emotionally unstable, or dealing with emotionally unstable people, last thing you need. Let's have a look. If it is about love, guys, all right, for you, Cancer. If it is about love, the month of May, a message for you. Who is this King of Cups for you anyway? Interesting reading. Let's have a look. Cancer. Pay attention to the red flags. The signs are cautioning you. And you know what? I think you are, Cancer, watching people's red flags. If they don't sit in line with, your Cancerian spirit here, it's exhausting to have to dig deep and find out what are people's hidden motives, agendas, these kind of things. You don't need it. But you're paying attention to the red flags, okay? And I think that makes you exhausted, that even when you're committed to people, you end up being on guard because you just think that, they're up to something and they're not being emotionally honest with themselves, And some of you might have been dealing with people that are very emotionally unstable. Just saying, all right? It's not a personal reading, guys. Past life relationships, another one. You've known each other before. And sometimes we can get caught out and we can, for those of you that really believe in it, you have these uncanny connections where, you wouldn't care if the person came up missing, and yet there's this strong magnetic pull to them. It might be past life karma playing out in this lifetime. And so you get stuck in these situations and they just drain the hell out of you. And it's while karma plays itself out again in this lifetime, you know. But I think you're getting wise, Cancer, that, you know, your focus is, you know what are people's hidden agendas and these kind of things. You're like a super emotional detective here, and you're tired of doing it. And I think really what it's actually saying is, what you don't see coming is you are going to turn the wheel in your favor. But I did a reading for you a couple of months back, and it was your next relationship. And it was once you freed yourself from this guesswork of dealing with people that are unstable and all these kind of things. There's something amazing that's destined waiting around the corner for you guys, you know, because you don't want to feel like this. This is a fear of yours, to be guarded within commitments. You know, that's not really nice to be in, is it? Right, what was I going to say now? Right, some advice, Cancer, all right? When it comes to the month of May, a little mantra for you to take away, something for you to contemplate, or something that you might have missed as part of your healing and growth, all right? Cancer, fear. It came out in reverse. I realize that I am testing my resolve to live in the energy of love. And for some of you, you're letting go of that fear, all right? And how you're going to do it is by not putting work into things anymore, turning the wheel in your favor, Cancer, rather than relying on people to make the wheel turn for you and then giving to douchebags that aren't emotionally mature, male or female, right? It's not gender specific. And you're letting go of that fear. So it's almost like you're no longer being codependent to the idea of the one, or, you know, projecting all these wonderful Cancerian loving feelings onto people that just can't put the work in. And you're releasing the fear of, you know what, I'm keeping it moving with the Wheel of Fortune here. Okay, I've done some reflection, and now it's about where do I where do I give my commitment to, you know? Because I don't want any secrets or this kind of stuff, this fogginess. It's draining, Cancer, all right? And you guys are highly intuitive. You'd feel that. You'd soak it up like a sponge. Let's have a look. And so, you know, this just comes back to, you know, the ATM thing that I wrote on as the title of the last post for you guys. You're not an ATM of caregiving, you know. Deposits only at this time. You want someone that's freely going to give you their love and put work into a loving connection, Cancer, right? Otherwise, it's just a waste of time, right? Like being in the vortex of, you know, death scrolling on YouTube or whatever, watching the biggest load of shit ever, but you can't put your phone down. And you're like this. You can never get those times and moments back, right? So it's a bit like that. I think you're wising up and you're no longer fearful to leave situations behind, keep it moving. You're making judgment calls now in line with, what do I want? What do I need? Wants can be compromised, right? But needs never. So if it's a need of yours to have emotional stability, Cancer, then go with that and just be prepared to leave anything behind. Easier said than done, because you guys love hard, right? Let's have a look. One of these, a little mantra for you to take away. Cancer, throughout the month of May. But as I say, some of you might have been fairly homebody-ish, all right? Throughout the month of May. And why not, Cancers? You know, you bring the table you're the home builders, right? So, you know, your home will be your sanctuary throughout the month of May. Insight, understanding, awakening, awareness, self-evaluation. You know, I can't make this shit up on Modern Tarot. You guys are wising up, letting go of fear, willing to let go of people that don't show up for you in the correct way, that just bring you out of balance and keep you in fogginess and, you know, a state of limerence, you know. So you're no longer projecting fantastical thinking onto people when it comes to love and relationships throughout May, Cancer. One of these, all right, to love and leave you. This is just a positive message. I always close out my readings with this. For Cancer. Struggle to come together there. One more shuffle. Cancer. Peace. Tranquility surrounds your life right now. A peaceful road awaits. And it's going to come in the strangest way, Cancer, by you turning the wheel in your favor, by not over-giving over caring. It's time, Cancer, people put themselves first, and people put people first who put themselves first. It sounds selfish. It's how it is, and it's how we meet healthy people. You know, so you're not getting you're letting go of a caretaking role, Cancer. You know, it's about time somebody deposited into your ATM. All right, no cash withdrawals today. So if you're a song throughout the month of May, lyrics might mean something, the band might mean something. If it's not your genre, you know, just listen to it once and bin it. Cancer, a song, So Cruel by U2. Okay, it's an interesting song, this one. Very just drum and bass and vocals. Check it out. It's there's one line, she wears my love like a see-through dress, and my interpretation of that was like it's nothing, like Cancers, you know, you love hard and these kind of things, and someone's not prepared to fight for your love, you know, or to fight for a connection with you. You just end up feeling guarded and protective, you know. Do you know what I mean? So check that song out, actually. It's quite an interesting choice for you. So Cruel by U2. Listen to it once, guys, and as I say, if it's not your bag, then, you know, it might be just the lyrics, not so much the band or the melody. But anyway, Cancer, look, I hope you enjoyed that. My name is Drew. This is Modern Tarot. If you like the content, please like, share, or subscribe. Means the world to me personally and the channel. If you want to reach out for a personal reading, you can do so at moderntarot.net or browse the YouTube Modern Tarot store, and I'm doing my best to help you. In the meantime, Cancers, good luck with that. For healing, it's an amazing month. I think you're letting go of fear. I don't think you're over giving, over caring. It's more about what's in it for me, and rightly so, Cancer. Take it easy, and I'll see you mid-month. Bye now.